Hey, we'd like to take a minute to thank our sponsor, iZotope, makers of software and plugins for audio repair, mixing, and mastering. We use iZotope products here at the High Gain. It's an important part of how we've been able to bottle pure podcast gold week after week. And guess what? iZotope offers 1 free month of Music Production Suite Pro, which has all the tools you need to mix, master, and repair audio. Also, you can get 10% off all other software using the promo code FRET10. That's FRET10. All of this is at iZotope.com, IZOTOPE.com. Hey, we'd like to take a minute to thank our sponsor, iZotope, makers of software and plugins for audio repair, mixing, and mastering. We use iZotope products here at the High Gain. It's an important part of how we've been able to bottle pure podcast gold week after week. And guess what? iZotope offers 1 free month of Music Production Suite Pro, which has all the tools you need to mix, master, and repair audio. Also, you can get 10% off all other software using the promo code FRET10. That's FRET10. All of this is at iZotope.com, IZOTOPE.com. If cutting-edge synths and studio-quality effects are your thing, they are, right? Our friends over at Native Instruments have a deal for you. The complete 14 Select collection contains 18 premium instruments and effects, 8 expansions sound packs, and more than 15,000 sounds. Legendary vintage synths, sampled percussion, pianos and organs. There's even a sampled Rickenbacker 4003 bass. Put a little round reverb in there, add some replica delay. I smell a hit. Go to nativeinstruments.com and use the promo code PODCAST to save 50% on Native Instruments' complete 14 Select software bundle.
Hey, it's me, Ed Peterson.
Oh, hi, Ed. It's me, John.
John...
Kiltica.
Yes. K-I-E...
Yeah.
L...
Yeah.
T-Y-K-A?
Yes!
Only 30 years I've known you. I still stumble on that a little bit.
I'm used to it.
Polish?
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's distinctive.
Distinctively unspellable.
Sure. It's the High Gain.
It is the High Gain, and we are in beautiful West Seattle.
Oh, yeah. It's lovely out.
It's kind of nice out.
Springy.
It is very springy.
I went to get a haircut yesterday, and every barber in West Seattle was packed.
Were you able to get your hairs did?
No. Look at it.
I don't know. It looks just normal to me.
Sure.
Not that your normal state is terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to get one after the show. We'll see how that goes.
Why don't you just cut it yourself?
Vicky cut my hair for the entire run of COVID.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a pain.
What's the pain? You put a bowl on your head?
I'm not saying Ed's haircut and John's haircut are radically different.
I don't have hair.
Right.
Right.
What do we talk about, John?
We talk about guitars.
Yeah. This one that you're holding?
Yes.
It's been in lovely Thunder Road guitars.
ThunderRoadGuitars.com?
That's the one.
That one, yeah.
Yeah. It's been there for a little while, and I go in and I always just kind of look at it. Despite myself, I think I kind of really like this guitar.
I kind of can't help myself either. I am as surprised as anyone.
Yep.
But I really like it.
Killer.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about an EVH Wolfgang Signature USA guitar in Stealth Black.
It's pretty good looking. And I don't know anything about EVH.
I thought I'd dive into that. I have compiled
a
chronology.
Beverages.
Beverages, Ed.
I don't think Eddie Van Halen would have hated that.
Maybe not. My shredding is non-existent.
Yeah, that's okay.
We've talked about this before. I should probably get to wood shedding so I could play at least one shreddy kind of thing.
I consistently think about doing that, and I sit and I'll look at a video and it's just like, oh, it's just so much work.
Lately, I've been enamored with the new Extreme single, Rise. The solo in that is played by Nuno Betancourt,
Yeah.
and it is nuts. Everybody's talking about it.
Everybody's talking about it
Yes.
is what I just heard.
They are.
Who are these everybody's?
Apparently not you,
No.
but everybody else.
Yeah.
And so I thought, I'm going to see if there's any tab for that solo. Maybe I can learn some of it. That was a really bad idea.
Right.
What are you drinking, Ed?
Oh man, I got a cup of coffee.
Yeah?
I got a protein shake, Huel,
Huel.
scoop of Huel, and oat milk.
I know you like that.
Yeah, what about you?
Well, I too have black coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is known that we do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got some Gatorade Zero.
Yeah, you've been doing that a bit lately.
Yeah, replacing the electrolytes and
Yeah.
all of that.
I don't know much about it.
Yeah, I don't either.
Apple,
Uh-huh.
they released a classical music app that's a separate app from their regular iTunes, right?
Right.
I've been listening to a ton of classical music.
Oh, it just makes it easier to find.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, you want the Baroque essentials? Here, dive into Baroque.
Oh,
You know.
I am very proud of you, Ed.
Thank you, John.
Not because it's classical per se,
Yeah,
but it just means Ed is expanding his palette.
a little bit.
And I think that that is never a bad thing.
It feels like with classical, the structures are a little more formal. The thing that weirds me out in jazz is you kind of never know what's coming. There's weird dissonance that feels out of place. Eddie Van Halen probably listened to a lot of classical music in his youth.
He actually did.
Right.
He studied classical piano.
That's what I thought.
Yep.
There's a kill switch on that guitar. I've never had a guitar with a kill switch.
Me neither. We talked about the fact that Eddie
Van Halen.
Van Halen,
Oh,
2020.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was pretty bummed when Eddie Van Halen died. I've never owned a Van Halen album.
I owned one on 8-track.
That's sick.
Yeah.
8-track was cool tech.
Waiting while it jumps over to the next track.
Love it.
Yeah. So we know that Eddie has been involved with lots of different manufacturers over the years. We remember seeing pictures of him in Kramer ads.
Right.
It seems like they were trying to make something more akin to what his Frankenstrat looked like, as opposed to any kind of new ground-up thing.
The first guitar that he played, did he build the body of that?
No, it was a parts caster. The body
Okay.
was built, the neck was built, he
Okay.
assembled it.
Okay.
So in 1991,
Gulf War.
first Gulf War.
Yep. The Soviet Union fell apart in 91. Ukraine's independence, 91.
That's great.
Yeah.
Unusual backdrop you're painting here. What we need in 91 against this kind of socio-political turmoil,
Oh my gosh, yes.
somebody's got to up the shred game.
Oh yeah.
That was going to be Ernie Ball Music Man. The first Edward Van Halen model guitar was introduced by them.
Okay.
They had a guy named Dudley Gimple over there.
Holy shit.
Yeah, Dudley.
Dudley Gimple?
Dudley Gimple.
Where's he at? What's he doing?
Happily retired.
I love it.
Our man Dudley started out working in a guitar shop in Minneapolis, and some of the cast from Ernie Ball Music Man would order parts from that place. So eventually Dudley thinks, I should just move out to Los Angeles. Maybe I get a job over at Ernie Ball.
Ernie Ball, California?
Yeah,
Right near LA?
yeah.
That's cool.
So Dudley moves out there.
I love this guy. I'm a Gimple head.
Yeah, Gimp Head.
Yeah. That's me.
He gets a job at a guitar shop when he lands.
Okay.
And then he goes over to Ernie Ball. Hey, can I have a job? And they're like, nah, man, we're not comfortable doing that. We know you. Welcome to California, but you're working at a place that carries our stuff. We don't want to be seen poaching people.
Yeah.
So Dudley takes the bull by the horns and quits his job and then goes back to Ernie Ball and is like, I just quit. Can I work here now? And they were like, yeah, sure.
Ernie Ball seems to be a stand-up company where they're like, we're not going to do the wrong thing. I love it.
Yeah. So he comes on as a designer. And the first guitar that Ernie Ball puts out is the Silhouette.
Still made today.
Still made today, and that came out in 87. That was their first guitar, and that was designed by Dudley. It was a hit. Everybody loved it.
Yep.
Everybody.
The new Extreme album.
Yeah.
Same folks.
Yeah.
When you said I've been listening to the new Extreme album, I'm certain that the look on my face had to be just shock.
It's good.
Everybody's talking about it.
No wonder, Ed, when Eddie Van Halen shows up and gets together with the Ernie Ball cats.
Let's talk to Dudley. Let's get Dudley in the room with this guy.
Yeah, we're going to get Dudley over here, the gimp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spell his name?
Gimpel, Gimpel.
Wow, okay.
So they get in the room, and apparently Eddie loves him.
Sure.
He thinks he has the perfect mixture of technical know-how and the creative mindset.
Everything I've heard about the Gimp.
Ah.
Stand-up dude.
So they get to talking. What are we going to do for your guitar, Eddie Van Halen? Eddie says, well, I've always been interested in combining a Telecaster and a Les Paul in some way. I've got some sketches. Maybe you could look at them. Let me know what you think, Dudley.
Mm-hmm.
They kept the Silhouette design, which at that time was the 4-2 headstock.
Yep.
DiMarzio created some custom pickups for Eddie to try out to see if he liked them.
Did he like them?
I think at first,
Mm.
a single volume. This one has 2 knobs, but
their
prototypes had just 1 volume knob marked tone.
That's rad.
The quote from Eddie on that is, when you turn it up, you get volume and you get a nice tone. How many people do you actually know that even touch the tone control on a guitar anyway?
My man.
He just said what we're all thinking.
Yes.
Yeah.
You tend to, when you demo the guitars, put tone in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm just like, tone all the way up, always.
Playing my own stuff.
Yeah.
Same.
Tone up.
Tones up, volumes up, don't touch them.
Yeah. Eddie knows what's up.
And they used a Gotoh licensed Floyd Rose.
Okay.
After they work out all those details, they released this thing. It's a basswood body, lightweight.
Love it.
Eddie insisted that the lightweight of the basswood body with a maple cap on it gave him the tone that he wanted. They made about 6,000 of them.
Okay.
And it was a licensed deal. And after a while, around 1995, the deal expires. Ernie Ball continued on its merry way with what they called the Axis guitar.
Which is the shape, right? Not a Eddie Van Halen signature thing.
Right.
Did the Eddie Van Halen model from Ernie Ball, did it have the eye bolts on it?
No.
Yeah, that's clearly just an Eddie Van Halen thing.
Yeah. Eddie is thinking, I don't want this guitar going anywhere.
Sure, he had probably dropped or just had straps pop off any number of times.
Yeah.
I imagine he was one of those dudes who woke up, picked up a guitar, walked around the house, made coffee, and just kept a guitar strapped to his body all goddamn day.
Yeah.
And if they're not strap locks, you're inviting some sadness.
Don't want to invite the sad.
No.
What's next then? Peavey.
Oh, right.
The guy over there, this guy's name is Jim. Jim DeCola.
It's a solid name. What's he up to?
He's still around too.
Love it.
Yeah, all these guys are around, so that's nice.
Yeah.
He was well aware of what Dudley had done over at Music Man.
The guy's a titan in the industry.
Dudley?
Everybody's talking about him, John.
That's right.
Everybody. Yeah.
All those same people.
Yeah.
So he was aware of it and wanted to create something at least as good. And to try to convince Eddie, he went ahead and made a replica of the Ernie Ball Van Halen guitar. Just letting you know, we are capable of equal quality. If you want to come over here and work with us and try some different designs out, that would be cool. And he did. And Eddie signed with Peavey.
Are the companies hard to work with, or is he hard to work with?
I guess the problem is you could go with a company like maybe Kramer, where they're like, well, we're going to make a guitar the way we want to make a guitar. We'll take your opinion into consideration, but basically you're just loaning your name to it.
Yeah.
But then with Ernie Ball, guess what? We're going to let you help design it. And maybe that's kind of attractive.
Yeah.
So Jim DeCola has convinced Eddie to come over to Peavey. They kept the basswood body. That's what Eddie wanted. Instead of a flat top like those original Ernie Ball ones were, this one had a carved top. The body was actually more asymmetrical. It was felt at the time that the original Ernie Ball Music Man one was kind of neck divey, unbalanced. So they made the offsetness of it more pronounced to reduce that. They use carbon fiber rods to stabilize the neck. That's pretty cool.
Some tech.
Single volume and a tone. A tone has been added at Peavey. And they put a D-tuner on it. The D-tuner is a little device that you can put on the low E of your Floyd.
Yep.
When you push it in, your low E goes to D. When you pull it out, it goes back to E. Ours, I've got locked down.
Yeah. What classic Van Halen songs are in drop D?
I have no idea. See previous comment about me and shreddy stuff.
Drop Dead Legs, 5150.
Cool.
Don't Tell Me What Love Can Do. That's some like Hagar era, right? Don't Tell Me What Love Can Do. That sounds like Hagar.
I can't even imagine all the Van Halen heads that are just like,
you assholes,
turning this shit off right now.
It's About Time.
Oh, of course.
Learning to See.
Yeah. You could also get from Peavey a lesser featured flat top all basswood body without the maple cap. They call that the Wolfgang Special.
Okay.
The cap that was contoured, Peavey was calling the Peavey Wolfgang, and it was introduced at NAMM in 1996.
Okay.
Let's jump back to the one we're holding in our hand right now. This is a 2023 EVH Wolfgang Signature USA made in stealth black.
Where are these made?
These are made in Fender, California.
Oh, no kidding.
2004, Eddie ends his relationship with Peavey.
What's up, Eddie?
Next comes Fender, 2007.
Oh, really?
They have a different idea about it.
Okay.
Let's approach Eddie and let's tell him that we will make a new brand just for him.
Okay.
Fender creates the EVH brand.
This is a Fender guitar?
It's a Fender guitar.
So there's some kind of like
partnership,
monetary thing going on. Literally, it's at the Fender plant.
Corona, California.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Let's start working on designs. I got to imagine Eddie has already told the Fender dudes, you know, I worked with the GIMP.
Yeah, right.
What do you got, Fender?
Yeah.
They've got Chip Ellis. Chip approaches this by going over all the different models over all the years associated with Eddie and kind of compiling a list of do's and don'ts. What did you like about those? What did you not like?
Mm-hmm.
And then we can start iterating through designs from there. What did they come up with? The only thing that stayed was the basic shape and the headstock. They scrapped any idea of Seymour Duncan or DiMarzio pickups. Let's just iterate through custom pickups until Eddie finds ones he likes. They kept winding pickups, and actually going to 5150, which was Van Halen's studio, and putting them in Eddie's guitars, and he would give them notes, and they'd go back and wind more pickups. These are direct mounted pickups, because Eddie believes mounting the pickups directly to the wood does something. At one point in the process, they take a set of pickups over to Eddie's house. Here's the next set of pickups you might like, Eddie. Oh crap, they don't fit in the route. The hole's too small. Eddie goes out to the garage and comes back with a crowbar and a hammer. And he chisels out the hole on the top of the guitar to make the pickup fit.
I do like that.
That's pretty cool. So they ended up with custom pickups. In the bridge is a custom wound Alnico 2. They call it a EVH Wolfgang.
Mm-hmm.
In the neck is an Alnico 3 EVH Wolfgang. One thing I kind of like about this, Ed, the 3-position toggle switch is deliberately backwards. I don't know why I find that convenient. I just do.
Nothing on.
In the down position, it's the neck.
Eddie would not be stoked with you futzing around with that tone control.
This is as tony as it gets in the neck.
Yep.
Up is the bridge, which I kind of like. By the way, I've been playing it in the bridge this whole time because it sounds awesome. Tone all the way up, volume all the way up in the bridge. Put a little dirt on there. He wanted a maple fretboard, although they would eventually switch to ebony, which is what this is. Vintage white, black, or tobacco burst. And that is the EVH Wolfgang USA of 2009 as introduced.
They completely redid the guitar from what PV and kind of Music Man had done. I look at this and the basic shape is very, very, maybe not identical, but it's super goddamn similar
It's
to
pretty
both
similar.
of the other ones. I don't know. Even the headstock reminds me of a Music Man. The PV also looks like that.
Yeah.
You could probably go out and grab a Music Man or a PV or an EVH, and they're all unmistakably Eddie Van Halen guitars.
I think I agree with that.
This does not look like a we changed everything, considering the body's virtually identical. The headstock's real close.
2010, Ed,
Yeah?
they do the EVH Wolfgang Special.
Overseas.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a flat top, not carved, made in Japan by the Matsumoto boys.
That's not bad.
It does have the same pickups, though, the USA Fender pickups, so that's not bad. The Matsumoto plant closed in 2011. Now what? They brought production in 2014 to Mexico, and they brought the arched top back.
But this is a USA one.
This is a USA one. I wonder if I would move that kill switch somewhere that would be more convenient.
I bet my guy Eddie had zero problems doing that.
Yeah, probably zero. The Wolfgang WG Standard was also introduced in 2014.
Okay.
Indonesia. It was the lowest priced Wolfgang model. Floyd Rose Special Bridge, which was all zinc parts, as opposed to steel and brass, which would have been maybe more resonant.
This is where it feels like purely a monetary discussion.
The overseas part?
Everything from EVH being Fender forward just sounds like he's pretty happy with this deal, maybe? EVH is still going on.
It is, and I guess Wolfgang, his son, has taken over that end of the business.
Yeah. Well, if you really, really care about quality,
Yeah.
the guitar that Fender gave him is not the guitar that's coming out of Indonesia. You know what's coming out of Mexico and Indonesia? Dollars into Eddie Van Halen's pocket. Ed Pete hot take.
Hot take.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Like, that tends to feel money grabby to me. Benefit of the doubt?
Okay.
Maybe in 2014, there's just like an army of 15-year-old kids out there knocking the door down for a cheap alternative to an Eddie Van Halen guitar.
You know, I often wonder about that with any signature model. If you're a very well-known guitar player guy.
Let's say Jay Massis.
Yeah,
Can we use that name?
sure.
Okay.
I would be torn between thinking, I want something that's very well made that I would play anywhere, versus I want to encourage kids who are just starting to get into the instrument. So maybe that's why you see multiple models.
Exactly. That's the benefit of the doubt side. And I think Jay Massis has the import Telecaster, and then there's a US version as well.
Maybe that doesn't have to be the differentiator it once was, other than price.
EVH in Corona, Fender, California, is there like a whole separate wing of the factory where the EVH stuff is constructed? Or is it just like straight off the line and like one day I'm working on a Jazzmaster and the next day, oh, look, we need to bang out some EVHs?
That's a really good question. I don't have the faintest idea.
Yeah.
My impression of this is that it's just dead on.
Yeah. I mean, it plays awesome.
We've already talked about how I don't know anything about shredding,
Yep.
but I don't think you need to.
Maris Enzo.
The Maris Enzo, yeah. Whew.
Into it.
Super into it.
You gotta try it. Try and decide. Is it hello
Eddie Van Halen. He shreds. This one is black, stealth black, matte black.
Mm-hmm.
The EVH Wolfgang Signature USA stealth black guitar. Buy or deny?
I think deny. I love this guitar.
Yeah.
I am not an Eddie Van Halen head. So the idea of paying a ton of money for the name, kind of, nah, I'm not into that.
I wonder, going from Ernie Ball to PV to Fender,
Yep.
if the fit and finish things would jump out at you.
Maybe.
I think I agree with everything you just said. The price would prevent me from buying it.
Yeah.
The guitar itself as an instrument,
Killer.
it's great.
What about you, John?
Deny, yeah. We're going to take lots of pictures of this. I think the pictures are going to be pretty cool because of this finish.
Yeah.
We'll take lots of pictures. We'll put them up on the Instagram.
Yeah. Listen to the new Extreme album.
Yeah, because everybody's listening to it.
Yeah. And maybe deep dive on some classical music.
Yeah, and don't forget, we are devout members of the Ruinous Media Network of music-related podcasts. So go over to Ruinous Media, check out all their podcasts.
Yeah. If you like this one,
Yeah.
come on.
Okay, then.
Bye, John.
Okay, bye, Ed.